Hey everybody, it's Scott. I'm checking back in with my weight loss. What the hell? Sorry, there's a dog in here. Could you hear him snoring? Checking back in with my weight loss journey in the next episode of whatever we're calling this thing. I am here to tell you about Juice Cruise 2026. We will be departing from Miami on June 21st, 2026 for a 7-night trip going to the Caribbean. That's right, we're going to leave Miami and then stop at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. After that, it's on to St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and a beautiful cruise through the Virgin Islands. The first Juice Cruise was awesome. The second one's going to be bigger, better, and bolder. This is your opportunity to relax while making lifelong friends who have type 1 diabetes. Expand your community and your knowledge on Juice Cruise 2026. Learn more right now at juiceboxpodcast.com/juicecruise. At that link, you'll also find photographs from the first cruise. All right, kids, it is June 21st. It's Saturday. It is the day before I get on a plane to go to the Juice Cruise 2025. So this is going to be interesting. This week, I still am a little, I'll tell you, I had a stomach virus a few weeks ago. You guys know. Sorry that you know, but you know. And it really did change, like it rocked me. Like I've just not been as hungry. It's been harder to work out. I'm recovering from it slowly, but it's not been fun. I'm not going to lie to you. Nevertheless, it's been a week of me a little extra busy. I've been working a lot, trying to get ready to miss a week of work, basically. Like I'm going on this cruise next week, but that's a whole week where I'm not recording, and that's not good, so I had to do some extra stuff. This week, actually, I got to check in for my plane soon. Oh, I'm flying tomorrow at 3:30. No, 12:45. 12:45, arriving Houston, Texas, 3:30 p.m. Okay. That's not bad. Is that bad? Oh, there's a time zone change. 1:45, 2:45, 3:30. It's 4 hours. I can live. I'll be okay, everybody. Anyway, I got to get on a plane tomorrow. Then the next day we get on the boat, and we are doing the big float on the boat. I guess it's a ship. So for 5 days, then I guess technically it's Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night on the ship. So 5 nights. And then Saturday off the ship, back on the plane, back home. I'll probably be home, I guess, Saturday evening, which will put me back here 7 days from now to take my next injection. But today I'm going to take one. But first, I got to tell you what I learned today when I got on the scale. I did not jump on the scale much this week. Like I said, I was busy. But I had a big result that shook me, took me by surprise and shook me. I wasn't like, oh my goodness gracious. So last week on the 14th, I was 171.4, which I believe at that point was my lowest. I had a drink. And this week, like I said, I didn't eat a ton. I didn't feel great. My whole process, in the mouth, out the butt, that all wasn't going great. Not constipated, just really didn't have to go to the bathroom this week. That all changed yesterday. But through the week, I was on the 15th. This is crazy. On the 14th, 171.4. And as you know, in the last recording, there was like a gap. I missed the injection, took the injection late. Took me to 173.2 on the 15th of June. 173.6 on the 16th. 173.8 on the 17th. Did not get on the scale again on the 18th, the 19th, or the 20th. I just was like, whatever. I'm kind of beat up, But I got on the scale this morning because I knew I was doing the injection. I'm 170.2. That's my lowest weight ever. I don't think it's well, I just haven't eaten very much this week. I've been working too much, not exercising. It's just been a bad week for me. Looking forward to meeting everybody this week, recharging, getting out in the sun, and coming back next week. But I'm also not like a big cruise food eater. So, I know some people go on vacation and eat like a lot more. I feel like I'm a person who goes on vacation and eats a lot less. But I was talking to my wife last night, making sure I'm committing to eating, fruits, vegetables, lean meat, stuff like that while I'm gone. So we'll see where I'm at next week when I come back. I don't think I'll record on Saturday. It might be Sunday. I don't know. But I'll talk to you in a week. For now, I'm just going to inject this Zepbound 12.5. Also, CVS Caremark trying to drop it from their formulary. I'll be complaining. Don't you worry. Want to switch us all over to Wegovy. A lot of us plateaued on Wegovy and had to go to Zepbound for that reason. So we will be fighting, but that's a story for another day. I'm going to shoot it right here. How's this look? All right, ready? Here we go. All right, I'm done. Ahoy. I'll see you in a week. I got to go pack. I'm embarrassed, but I haven't packed yet. Kids, listen up. This is crazy. Wait till you hear this. I'm back from the cruise. Cruise went awesome, by the way. At some point, I'll talk about it, but just a great experience and met a ton of awesome people. Heard a lot of new stories. We had some, I would say, alteringly emotional events that we put on. People told, their struggles and unburdened themselves. Others helped them through it, hugged them. People laughed and cried. It was awesome. Jenny came on, did a 2-hour Q&A. Awesome. Erica came on. Basically felt like group therapy. It was crazy good. But something happened I didn't expect. So, I flew away, right? Sunday. And landed, did all my thing. It was a travel day. Got to the hotel, ate, sleep, up, eat, right on the ship, go. So I don't know what I weighed all week. I don't know what I weighed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and travel day again on Saturday. I don't know what I weighed on Saturday. I got home Saturday night at 10 o'clock, is exhausted. During the trip, I tried to stick hard on protein, eggs, boiled eggs. What do they call those? Hard-boiled eggs, sorry. Chicken, beef. I did have a captain's table experience, which was like a 6-course meal. I ate some of every course, a great tomato soup in one of the courses, but a little bit of lobster. I had shrimp while I was there. Did I have any sweets? Like once or twice, but mostly I did like cheese as my desserts. But there were a couple of sweets I enjoyed while I was there. Great time, right? Well, I get up this morning and I'm like, all right, gonna use the scale, weigh in, then come talk to you guys. Well, I can't believe it. I mean, I think maybe the key to the rest of my weight loss would be going on another cruise, because what was I last week? What did we say? On the 21st, which is now 8 full days ago. I'm sorry, today's Sunday the 29th. 8 full days ago, plus a little bit, I weighed 170.2 pounds. And today I got up and weighed myself, and I don't know if this is going to hold. I have no idea what's going to happen. So it's going to be a super interesting week. I'll weigh myself every day this week just to try to keep up with it. This morning, 165.4 was it's astonishing. Really astonishing. My wife reminded me at the time when she told me, like, Scott, I think you need to lose weight. And I said, I'm so close to my goal weight. Like, I think my weight should be like, I forget what I told her one time, 220. I think my weight's 220. And then one day I was like, maybe it's 200, 180 for sure. 175 I set as my target on here the first time. Then I started looking at my body. I was like, that's not going to be right. I'll move my target to 165. And as I sit here still, like, doing good. But there's some fat here still. And, anyway, so I'll be able to get back to my rowing this week. Oddly enough, I could not row on the boat. It's probably good because I would have probably sung row, row, row your boat while I was doing it. Anyway, I'm going to go eat some dinner. Cap off. Unlock. 100% putting it in the same place as I did last week, just in case, can get some good mojo out of that spot. I think it was right about here. You ready? Hold on, let me get the microphone a little closer, right? All right. Weight wise, I don't know. Let me restate what I said years ago to my wife when she's like, what's your goal weight? I don't know what my goal weight is. But I do believe now that it has very little to do with the number. It's a thing people say. I have the luxury of saying it now because I believe it to be true. What I told her this morning that was interesting is I left and came back 5 pounds, just about 5 complete pounds lighter. Did not come out of my face. Didn't come out of my arms. Like, I have to get my wedding ring resized, but that didn't change with 5 more pounds. So I think I am losing this weight from the place I need to lose it from, which is exciting. I don't know what to tell you that my body weight should be just lean, not all lifting weight every day, but doing some stuff, light stuff. I don't know what my weight should be and without all that, and what it should be once I'm working out a little more regularly and adding muscle back. I don't know where that number is going to lie. I just know that I don't care about the number anymore. I just care about what's healthy and what looks right and what feels right. And I think we're getting closer and closer to it. I have to be quick because, like a child, I'm packing at the last minute to go to Children with Diabetes tomorrow. I guess I'm going to Children with Diabetes, so I'm acting like a child. Anyway, I got to get to bed in a couple of hours. I still have to pack. I'm going to go do that right now, but I need to inject. Let's see. Today is, July 6th. July 6th. And that means, the 30th was... Yeah, all right, I'm sorry. On the 29th is when I told you I was 165.4. I mean, some of that had to be dehydration from travel, right? So I expected it to creep up, but I like where it landed. 165.4 on the 29th. On the 30th, I was 167.4. It was two whole pounds just being home, drinking more regularly, stuff like that. Next day, 168.4. That's the next day that I weighed myself, the 3rd of July. That was 2 days ago. Today's the 5th of July. Yes, today's the 6th. Yesterday on the 5th, I weighed myself 168.6. I forgot to weigh myself this morning. And by forgot, I mean I had to get up in the morning and cut the lawn. By then I was sweating and had drank stuff, and it just didn't seem like it was valuable to do. But nevertheless, 165.4 to 168.6 means I put 3 pounds back on, but I was 173.8 when I left. So I am still 5 pounds lighter than before I left for the cruise. I think I'm settling in at this weight. Now I'm traveling again. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm on a plane tomorrow, working at Children with Diabetes with Tandem Diabetes. Then I have my own booth at Children with Diabetes Friends for Life in Orlando for a few days that I'll be running. It's going to be a lot of running around, a lot of grabbing food when you can. So should be interesting to see. We are staying a day after it's all over, so my wife never travels with me. She's for business, so she's traveling with me this time, and I'm going to she and I are going to take a day off and do something before we fly home. So I won't be back till next Sunday night. So today's the 6th. That means that the next time you hear me, it'll be the 13th. I'll be injecting then. Right now I got 12.5 as Zep bound. Going to stay on the left side here of the belly because, like I said, I'm not superstitious, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll see you in a week. Well, it's a week and a day later, but that's not bad, right? I have been home for almost 24 hours. And I've already seen a movie. Went to see Superman with my family for my birthday, which was Saturday the 12th. Today is Monday, July 14th. I did inject last night before I went to bed on the 13th. I don't like injecting before bed, but I did it. Why don't I like doing that? I don't know. Sometimes you get a little heartburn if you inject, get like the big load of it, and then, I don't know. And try not to do it in the evening, usually. I don't even know if there's a real reason there. It just seems like a thing I do. No injection today, but back from Friends for Life. Spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday there in a hotel. Saturday in a hotel. Sunday morning, got up very early and left. Monday, I worked with Tandem, doing social media for them, I sat very cool and recorded little interviews with these kids. It's going to get chopped up into social media, and eventually you should hear the entirety of the conversations in a podcast episode. A lot of hustling around, a lot of drinking water. I think I got up that morning, had a banana and a clementine, and then later had lunch, and, did my very best, and actually sent a note to Jenny saying, you'd be proud of me for how well I'm eating at this hotel, because it's not easy to eat at a hotel, especially at a Disney hotel. But I avoided fried foods. I avoided, the same things that I avoid home. I was able to avoid there. Probably ate more fruit because it was readily available: grapes, bananas, clementines, apples. But I did go to dinner, had, soups and chicken, steak. One night I had shrimp and steak fajitas, so I ate still. Anyway, flew home yesterday on the plane, had a lot of plane snacking, meaning I like little pretzels and like rye crisps and things, plain food. I got a handful of something, sweet tarts, or I don't know what it was some sugary thing, kept me alive. Because I think we got up at 4 a.m. to fly home. Nevertheless, back on the 5th, as you heard a moment ago, I was 168.6. Going all the way back to the 17th of June, I was 173.8. And now, having returned, I ate here what I have yesterday: 2 poached eggs, rye toast, some bacon. We went to a movie. I had not a whole handful of popcorn. I had some popcorn, a few nachos from somebody's thing, and a couple of pretzel bites. So, not good eating or anything like that. Came home, went to bed, got up today. I'm adjusting from traveling. I have not visited the little boys' room yet, but I was 166.6 this morning. So I do think I am settling in this mid 160s range, which is awesome. And I'll share 2 remembrances from the hotel, and then I'm going to get out of here for you. The first one is I sat at the pool without feeling weird, which is not a thing that I think I could have said mostly as an adult. Meaning on a lounge chair, I took, making this sound fancy, I think I went to the pool twice while I was there, probably for a couple of hours. The first time on the first day after I got done working, and on the last full day, Saturday, my wife and I went to the pool. And it rained in the afternoon, so we only got a couple of hours. It was hot. So I wasn't covered up. I wasn't wearing a sun shirt. I was in and out of the pool. I never felt weird climbing into the lounge chair. Like sometimes, you lean forward and you think, like, oh, how does this look? I never once thought about how I looked. I sat and had conversations with people like a regular person at a pool, face to face, 5 feet away, and no shirt. Didn't mind. It was pretty awesome feeling. And then the second thing I wanted to tell you was we were getting off the plane. I believe they call it disembarking when I got home. And we landed at an airport where you climb off the plane on the stairs, not go through you know what I mean, right? You guys ever landed on an island and then just got down off some stairs? There's a very cool airport near my house where you can do that. And got down off the stairs. We were walking across the tarmac and, past this building. And the building was all glass windows leading to where you go get your luggage. And I happened to look over at the building and I saw myself walking. Like you could really you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's a movie. You know what I mean? You look over, you see like all those people, and there you are in the middle of that. And I was wearing a white sweatshirt, which I don't think 2 years ago in a million years I would have put a white sweatshirt on. It was a men's medium, and I was wearing black sweatpants, and I was walking. And I looked over and I thought, wow, I look like everybody else. And it was pretty cool. So is this my weight? I don't know. Honestly, I still have fat around my belly, but honestly, nowhere else. I really am very needing of being in a rebuild as far as like seeing if I can't add muscle, which I'm assuming is going to add weight if I do it well. Anyway, it is July 14th. My birthday was 2 days ago. This morning, without having used the bathroom today, or if I'm being honest with you, yesterday, I weigh 166.6 pounds. I guess we'll see what I weigh next week. Okay, I think this is going to be the last entry into this episode. I did not get back to you a week later. I'm sorry, because I was traveling, but it's 2 weeks later. Today is August 4th, but the last time you spoke to me was the 14th of July, where I was 166.6. The next day I was 165.6. Day after that, 165.4, up to 166.2, 167 on the 21st of July. The 23rd of July was 166. Now on the 24th of July was 164.8. And then on the 25th of July, my lowest weight since I started doing this, 164 pounds even. Now, we just got back from a family vacation where I injected my, how did I do this? I think we flew Saturday morning super early. So I injected, like Friday night before I went to bed. Then we got up Saturday, traveled, and then I don't know. So I haven't known my weight since then. I haven't known my weight. Today's the 4th. I haven't known my weight in like 8 days actually maybe longer, 9 days, where I was 164. Went on vacation, and I did a thing on vacation. I brought a 2.5 milligram pen of Mounjaro with me to kind of try to give myself a booster to get through, to see how that would work. And honestly, I don't know what it did, if it did anything. 2.5 might not be enough for me at this point because my regular injection is 12.5. I tried it anyway. I think Thursday last week I hit myself with the 2.5. Weighed myself yesterday on my 29th wedding anniversary, and I weighed 165.2 pounds. So that means I was a pound too heavier than I was before I left for the trip on the 25th. And a pound too after that. I mean, it was a beach vacation. We did some fair amount of walking, but I mean, we ate in a restaurant, I'd say every day. You know what I mean? We had to an ice cream place one night. I got sorbet. I don't think that was like the low calorie kind of sorbet because it tasted really good, you know? So coming back from a vacation, 1.2 pounds heavier. Awesome. But I didn't get to shoot so today's Monday, the 4th, but I was home like midnight on the 2nd, and I wasn't going to come home and just shoot the GLP at like 2 o'clock in the morning and go to sleep. Then I got up yesterday, and I just didn't think to do it yesterday. But you can see that as soon as the GLP is gone from me, 164 on the 25th, came back at 165.2 yesterday. Now today I still haven't had the GLP. I'm already 165.8. Like, you can literally see it going the other way. It's incredibly interesting how quickly it happens. And yesterday, I mean, gosh, I barely ate anything yesterday. I had crab for lunch. So like, crab meat, maybe 4 French fries, no lie, and a small piece of bread, and, starting to gain weight already. So we're going to do this 12.5 milligrams of Zepbound today. And then that's it. I don't have to travel again. Sorry, there's my glasses making noise. I don't travel again until Touched by Type 1's event in Orlando, where I'm speaking. Please check it out, touchedbytype1.org, if you want to come see. I heard a little bird has told me Jenny's going to be there, and Erica, myself, and others. That's on September 20th. So I fly again September 19th. I'm gone for a couple of days, but that's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, September 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it looks like I've got 8 straight weeks of being here. So I should be able to get back on my regimen of rowing, take my meds on the right day, make myself a nice breakfast, etc. Good protein everywhere, and see where we are 8 weeks from now. I'll be back sooner than that in the recording, but that's my 2-month goal. I got my belly here to put this juice into. How about right here? That looks pretty good. Cap off. Unlock. And where did I say? Right here? What do you think? Who am I asking? You? You guys are in the future. You don't even know this is happening. Yeah, maybe here. Is that right? Ready, kids? Nice. We're zep bound and down. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to this, by the way. This is like the 19th or 20th episode of this. We've been at this for like 2 years. Very cool of you to listen. I'll talk to you soon. I'll be back. Should I do the whole thing where I go, I'll be back soon with another episode of the Juicebox Podcast. Hey kids, listen up. You've made it to the end of the podcast. You must have enjoyed it. You know what else you might enjoy? The private Facebook group for the Juicebox Podcast. I know you're thinking, Facebook, Scott, please. But no. Beautiful group, wonderful people, a fantastic community. Juicebox Podcast, Type 1 Diabetes on Facebook. Of course, if you have Type 2, or you're touched by diabetes in any way, you're absolutely welcome. It's a private group, so you'll have to answer a couple of questions before you come in. We'll make sure you're not a bot or an evildoer, then you're on your way. You'll be part of the family. If you or a loved one is newly diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and you're seeking a clear, practical perspective, check out the Bold Beginning series on the Juicebox Podcast. It's hosted by myself and Jenny Smith, an experienced diabetes educator with over 35 years of personal insight into type 1. Our series cuts through the medical jargon and delivers straightforward answers to your most pressing questions. You'll gain insight from real patients and caregivers and find practical advice to help you confidently navigate life with type 1. You can start your journey informed and empowered with the Juicebox Podcast. The Bold Beginnings series and all of the collections in the Juicebox Podcast are available in your audio app and at juiceboxpodcast.com in the menu.